leading parents group is calling for, quote, healing over punishment as an approach to deal with bullying in our schools. Now, we know that it's a massive issue. School bullying, particularly around the social media area, is out of control. Students, they argue, should be encouraged, and I find this very odd, to become friends with those who bullied them. Now, it's no surprise that that push from the Australian Council of State School Organisations has divided parents and certainly divided experts, and it certainly made me sit up and take notice. Joining me now to discuss this is child and adolescent psychologist Clare Rowe. Clare, thank you very much for joining us. I saw some of your quotes in response to this idea that you've got to sit down and make friends with the person who's just badly bullied you. What do you make of this healing over punishment idea?
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I think I was the one who coined this, the kumbaya therapy. Look, restorative justice, or restorative practice, they call it. It's not new. It's been around in schools for a while, and it's actually with adults in our law enforcement and judicial system as well. Look, I think it has its place when there's something to restore, right? So if you've got two classmates who have been friends and they've had a falling out, great. I have no issue with the teacher bringing them in, sitting them down, having a discussion. It's all about seeing each other's point of view, taking accountability. Great. But this is not a one-size-fits-all approach when we are talking about targeted, relentless bullying. It seems to be the silver bullet that's all schools have, that we bring the bully in with the victim, not once, but I have worked with families where it is repeatedly, term after term at school, to sit them down and try and see each other's point of view and trying to restore some type of relationship. Now, it's, completely inappropriate to do that at times where it is repeated bullying. And look, bullying is out of control, and we need to, at some point, ask why. And I think we need to return to what is Psychology Behavioural Principles 101, which is that humans are essentially motivated to avoid consequences. And when you have an absence of age-appropriate, consistent consequences to bullying, it will fester and it will just get worse. So that's what we need to do. And of course, no child should be forced to go through this process of sitting down with someone that has relentlessly bullied them. No forgiveness can be forced or conversations. And I actually just don't think that's a great message to kids. If they want to put in a boundary and not talk to the person that has been, harassing them, good for them. I think that's a good message for them becoming adults.
Well, potentially it could make it worse. I mean, if this bully has targeted someone over and over and over again, they may be of larger physical stature than the person they're bullying. That's normally the case. It would be quite disturbing if the school were to say to the person who was bullied and to the parents of that child, come into the office, the bully's there, you're going to come and talk to that bully. As a parent, I'd say, no, I'm not. You get the bully under control and stop the bully doing what they are doing, or throw them out of your school, but don't make me part of the problem. I'm not the problem. You're the problem because you're not controlling this kid, or his or her parents are not controlling them.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's some type of responsibility or onus put on the victim. And I have certainly supported families in writing letters to school and saying, no, this child won't be participating in that. They don't feel comfortable. They don't want to do it, at least not until we have had a discussion and we can clearly see what the repercussions and consequences are for the bully. But this is a wider problem, Steve, with parenting, with school discipline, that we have removed those, we don't even like to use the word punishment anymore. But essentially the biology of humans haven't changed. And even adults will, make choices in their day to avoid negative consequences. That's why I go to work. That's why we do certain things. And so once you remove those consequences and you don't have any negative repercussions, human behaviour principles will dictate that the unwanted behaviour will just keep going.
Absolutely, Clare. Thanks for talking some common sense. I always like talking to people who talk common sense. Appreciate it very much. Clare Rowe there.